is up, NASCAR Heat fans? David Land here. We are preparing for the Kansas race, which I think is the fourth race of the chase. But anyway, it doesn't matter to me because I'm not in the chase. But we almost won the last race at Charlotte, so we're heading into Kansas, hoping to improve upon that result, and we can make an upgrade to our car here. Or our shop, I should say, which will in turn upgrade our car. But we're going to invest in the control software, which will coordinate tasks and reduce inefficiencies, which will help with our grip, apparently. Whatever, we're going to do that and get some grip for Kansas. As a 1.5 mile oval, that'll probably help us a little bit, hopefully in the corners, so we don't have to make so many adjustments during the race, but whatever. Quick look at the sponsorships we're going to try for a top 10. We're going to try to lead a lap this time for the 20 grand and also get a top 15. Actually, you know what? No, that's the best we can do. So top 15 and hopefully get a lot of dinero for this race at Kansas for the Hollywood Casino 400. So let's get qualified. Alright, so we are underway and qualifying at Kansas Speedway into turn number 1. Let's see what the grip level is like. Not as good as I would have hoped. We're running the high line there. At least I'm able to do that with relative ease. Car's a little bit loose there on the straightaway. I'm not sure how that's going to really perform in traffic. Into turn number 3. Got the car sliding just a little bit. We've got plenty of front end grip, no doubt about that. Right down to the bottom, we'll see what this lap is like. It's going to be kind of impossible to gauge until we see what the AI are running around this place. We go a 33.5 on the lap time. And I should be able to improve on this lap as well because I'm running a better line in 1 and 2. Okay, 32.9, so I'm going to need a lot of help here to get up to what Biffle's running there. Well, let's see if we can pay attention here in turn number 3. It's all the way slid out. The rear end of the car was completely sideways going into turn number 3 and onto the main stretch of the track once again. See if we can improve a little bit this time. Yes, we do, to a 33.1, so we should be able to improve, or at least find 0.2 more here. Let's try to run the bottom this time. Have to lift a little bit more because, of course, we're taking a tighter angle of attack into the corner, out next to the wall, and we're going around retired Edwards there. Bounced off the wall just a little bit. He's going to take away our inside line there. So we'll run up against the wall here once again. We're 4th in the qualifying right now. Maybe Carl can give us a little bit of drafting help here. No improvement that time. I was a 10th off, but apparently running the bottoms a little bit better because I only lost a 10th after hitting the wall and doing all sorts of other shenanigans. I don't know about this line through the corner, right at next to the wall. Actually, that was pretty good. So let's see. If I can get this lap right, we'll sim the AI results because no reason to keep going after that. Yes, off the corner. That was very close. Don't know if this lap will be better or worse. We're just going to have to wait and see. It's better, so that'll be fine. We'll sim 16th. We advance to the next session. Alright, session 2. Let's see if we can really crank one off here. I think we can really do a fast lap time if I can get it right here on the first lap. Keep the car on the bottom, doing that little shimmy thing that is usually indicative of going fairly fast because the car's right on the edge of grip. Ooh, it was almost right on the edge of the wall there. So I almost lost it. I guess we're going to take it kind of shallow into the corner here. Right around the bottom as well. We'll see what the lap time is. Should be in the 32s, I would hope. So if it's not, I'm going to be in trouble. No, 33.0, so almost in the 32s. Should be able to improve this time a little bit. Get that car right down to the bottom. I'm not going to lift, not going to lift, not going to lift. Yes, very good, very good. And this time we're clean onto the back straightaway. Should be able to get another good entry into turn number 3. Come on, car, get down to the bottom there. Right along that white line, onto the main straightaway. We'll cheat a little bit. That was close. 32.8 though. That's fantastic. And that puts me in 4th. It actually puts me last. Oh, and we spun. Oh no. Well, that made up my mind for me. Sim in the AI results 11th. Is that an advancing time? Yes, we advanced, so we'll get to race for the pole, but I don't know if we'll actually be able to get to it. Alright, here we go, session 3. I'm really going to hang it out here. No reason to conserve or drive with care. Of course, at the same time, you have to drive with care to be able to get the right, perfect line to not hit the wall on the exit or hit the apron on the entrance. Ugh, that was bad. That was really bad. Maybe, I don't know, because we're pulling away from Keselowski just a little bit with that corner. We're just going to have to see. I'm going to run the apron all the way at the bottom and across the line at 32.9, so that's a good starting position, or a good starting place. Run a couple more laps here, right to the bottom of the track, and out wide, but not too wide, and draft up with, well, I guess, oh, alright, that's a bump draft from Blaney. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt through the corner, right up next to the top. Ironically, running the Larson line right behind Kyle Larson. Wow, Blaney is really flying. Okay, he gets around me, didn't even improve on that lap. I think Blaney pushing me into turn 3 kind of hurt more than helped. Right along the bottom of the track. This is a really good corner. We really I think the grip improvement was a marked improvement, but unfortunately, we are still way down the straight line speed, and that is what's killing us right now. And it helped us at Charlotte because I think Charlotte's a little bit more of a handling track than Kansas is. I think Kansas is a little bit more of a power track. We're going to come across the line here. We did improve, but we didn't improve our position. We're still staying 5th. I think if I can run one more good lap here, I think that's all we got. Really deep into the corner there. This is where we're making up our time clearly on Kyle Larson there. And we'll get into his draft. Try to pull down the back straightaway here into turn 3. Get that wide arc into the corner and around Kyle Larson. This is good practice for the race, I suppose. See where we can make passes and where we cannot, and apparently the AI are not going to let me pass there. So we'll sim the AI results. 8th position for Kansas Speedway. We'll start alongside Kevin Harvick on the outside. I don't know if that's a good starting position or not. I wonder who got the pole. We're going to have to wait for this to cycle around here. We're going to know who's last here in a second. And last is Ryan Ellis at 34.3. Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch across the front row. So here we go, Kansas Speedway.
Today NASCAR is back in Kansas City for the Hollywood Casino 400, the 5th race in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. This is Rick Allen with NBC Sports, and today 40 drivers will do battle on this 15-year-old 1.5-mile trioval, but only 12 of them have a shot at winning the Sprint Cup.
All right, ready to go here for race 5 of the Chase at Kansas. Race is on. We are racing and all that good stuff. Gonna try to get a good start here and repeat our race at Charlotte, where we had a very good run. Should have probably won it, but them's the breaks, and we did not get the victory. So now running around the outside of the track. This is going to be our safe space, I would imagine, because it seems like the bottom is where all the action is taking place, and we want to stay away from that as best as possible, because if you touch an AI car in this game, you go spinning and they do not. So we're going around the outside of, well, we went around the outside of retired Edwards, and now around the outside of Ryan Blaney, and which we do. We definitely got the corner speed on these guys. If we ever got the straight line speed figured out, we'd be in really good shape, but unfortunately we don't have that figured out at the moment, so we're not as in good of shape as we could be. But around the outside for turn 4, and we're going for position number 4 as Jimmy Johnson gets blocked by Kurt Busch. Logano runs second, Kyle Busch runs first. It's like real life. And we're going to try to go around Jimmy Johnson here, potentially side by side, get in the draft of Kurt. And can we get around the outside? Yes, we can. So things going fairly well. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, and now I've got to try to block. And that actually worked. Shouldn't have worked. I should have been spun out there. But I'm going to work with it. Work with it, work with it, work with it. Now I've got to stay ahead of Brad K here. He's going to the inside, block him. And he's going to drive around the outside because he's just got, 20 miles an hour of straight line speed over me. Nothing I can do about that. And maybe we can go around the outside of Keselowski. No, he's going to continue to stay ahead. Tire wear looks terrible for this race. So it doesn't look like I'll be able to double stint the left sides. Maybe I will, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. So now suddenly the AI are driving incredibly fast. I don't know if it's a case of rubber banding or a case of the fact that my car has terrible straight line speed, but whatever. We're just going to have to work with it, and we're going to have to get that run off the corners, because the corners and our corner exit is where we're really making up the time here on the AI cars. Like Brad Keselowski here. We can run that, maybe a lane too high there, I would say. Not a very good exit. All the way down the back straightaway. And lift, lift, lift. Throttle on. Can we get around Brad K? Not this time, but we're at least seeing his name, so we're staying relatively close to him. And in fact, Jimmy Johnson seems to be slowing these guys up a bit. Both Harvick and Keselowski. So this is allowing me to kind of keep my nose near him, which is fine. Now we get the big time draft here. Let's see if we can slingshot the car. Ooh, Keselowski gets underneath. In fact, that's Kurt Busch. Why was I calling him Harvick? Harvick's behind me. Ooh, that was wall contact, and now we got to run the cheater line just out of necessity. At least they didn't put grass down there. I would have been in big trouble. And into turn one. Can we get that exit off and try to chase down Kurt Busch? Nothing doing right now. Still got that big toe down into turn number 3. Right down to the bottom once again. Let's see if we can get around Kurt here. It's when you've got a car that only handles well, it's so based on momentum. It's or so much based on momentum, whether you make up positions or whether you lose them. So I slide the car through turn 1. Okay, now this is where the momentum is going to come in. It's going to be turn 3. I might be able to slingshot around the outside of these guys. I shouldn't have gotten out of the draft. It was kind of silly of me. Lift it off, and here comes Ryan Newman as well. Some cars are really coming on strong here as the run goes on. Right out next to the wall. Get that draft. Come on. Come on, car. And into turn number 3. Rear end sliding just a little bit. Now we're going to pull out just a hair, but unable to get that run all the way. And now here comes Newman down to the inside. We're going to have to really, really pull around the outside. Nope, 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 nope. Lost 4 places there. Or 2 places, but really it's 4 because I should have passed the 2 guys ahead of me. It's a bit of a tough race here. Come on, car. Come on. Just doesn't seem to want to... I don't want to say the front end's not gripping, because I don't think that's the problem. I really just think it's the straight line speed. I'm just really struggling once I get off of the corner, because you see they close in through the corners. Yeah, maybe we could use a little bit of front grip, a little bit of tape maybe in the grill. On the grill, I should say. Not in it. And down into turn 1 again. Lift off the gas just a little bit. Yeah, the car's definitely understeering on the exit of the corner. And in fact, Newman's actually moved up better than most of his competitors have through the field. He's just flying right now. I don't remember if he's in the chase or not. sure somebody who's paid attention to the videos a little bit better than I have has done it or knows that, but I can't remember specifically. I feel like he may have gotten knocked out in round 1, but again, I don't know. Car is just, yeah, understeer, 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 washing up all the way through turn number 2 at least. Let's see here, 13 of 67. 8 laps to go on the fuel. Oh! Oh! Jimmy Johnson gets into the wall. What on earth happened there? And that looked like a tire, and that brings out the yellow. So I'm definitely, I think I'm going to pit on this one and start to try to get fuel strategy going. Alright, since I pitted, we're going to restart 34th. We're still 7 laps before we had to come in, but the rest of the field will have to come in now, assuming there's not another yellow. Green is out. We've got 20 laps of fuel, so all good there. I'll have to look at that for a while. And we're racing again at Kansas. You can see the AI all pull away, and then they come back to me as we go around the outside of them. Logano doing a little bit blocking maneuver there. Very tightly packed group of cars here. Goodness gracious. That's what happens when you have all the slow guys or the fast guys pit and the slow guys not. We go around Dibby there. Almost got spun out by Landon Castle. Thankfully we kept it all together there. Oh, that's almost spinning Bobby Labonte. Thankfully did not. And we're already up to 20 or 19, 21st place. I was looking at the lap rather than I was like, what? How does that work? All right, look at that. Look at the speed of this car. And in fact, we're easily the first car that made the last stop. So once all these guys come into the pits, we should be in really good shape because we'll be able to take the lead and have some distance between us and the next placed car. So we're just making these big time moves in the traffic here. In fact, this is working out really well. And cars already dipping to the inside and think that they're showing that they're going to come into the pits here. On the throttle once again, right down to the bottom. We're just going to have to see. Nope, nobody's coming into the pits yet. It's just cars dipping to the bottom, but we're making up so much time now. May take the lead on pace, just depending on where and when the AI want to rubber band once again and decide to start showing their pace a little bit more. So we're going to run the draft of Danica, try to get around her and Hamlin. We're already kind of around Hamlin. And keep that throttle on. Cars already coming into the pits. So we got 2 cars to overtake now, Greg Biffle and Chase Elliott. We got a big run on Biffle. And we should be around him in turn number 1. Drive it down in there deep. Yes, sirree, Bob, around him. And now, battling with Chase Elliott, going for 20 grand from Visine. Can we do it on pace? He's already making the move that he's coming into the pits, so we know what his strategy is. Lift off, pull around. Can we do it before he pulls into the pits? No, we almost did. Almost took the lead on pace, but whatever. We're now leading this thing in a big way here. Big time lead, $20,000. I will take it. So I lift off into the corner. Now it's time to start running consistent lap times. And we can run the bottom 2 because we don't have to race in traffic. Everything's going very well. Of course, I also made that adjustment with the, I added 5% front tape to the grill. Or it went from 45 to 50%. How about that? Front tape to the grill. So that has actually helped my handling quite a bit, helped my turn in, helped my stability as I get the car through the corner, as you may be able to see, but I drove in a little too fast there. Ooh, just kissed the wall on the exit. Hopefully not losing too much time to the cars behind, but you never know. I do see a car in the rear view mirror, but he's far back, whoever he is. And there's still cars in the pits, so we're just lapping everybody here. which is all good with me. You will hear no complaints about me lapping cars. As I didn't really get a particularly good 1 and 2 there. And now there are lappers ahead. It looks like maybe Danica up there. After coming out of the pits. It's weird to see how many cars are kind of slow exiting the pits. I wonder if they had damage or something that required them to stay a bit longer in the pits. But yeah, there are definitely cars we're going to have to pass out on track here with lapped vehicle madness. But it's good to be leading. That's it's always good to be leading a race for sure. But this is certainly a little bit of retribution for the farce that was Charlotte, and I feel good making a good strategy call. We haven't had many of those go our way this year with the NASCAR Heat Evolution career mode. So it's good that strategy calls are starting to go our way, and we're leading races and got pace. That's always the important thing. Now, if only we could get our engines a little bit faster, that would be great. But we are catching Michael Annette Threat, who looks to be the first car on the back of the field here. Of course, we already have lapped him at least once because of the pit sequence. So we're coming up to do it again. And I had to lift off there, get a little high in turn number 4. 10 laps to go on the fuel. Tires are wearing at a kind of alarming rate, unfortunately. So it's going to be a little bit difficult because the lappers are going to be on fresher tires than me, so they're going to have a little bit more grip. So it's going to be one of those things where it may not be as easy to pass them as it would be earlier in the race because of the fact that they will have grip where I need to have grip or I need to be on the track, and they're going to be able to park it there. So we're going to just have to see how this works out. On the throttle, 39 laps to go, and we're in the lap traffic now. Had to lift again. Maybe didn't have to lift so much in that corner, who knows. And run down the back straightaway. There's a car catching me in the mirror, but since we're hitting the traffic first, as long as we handle it up fine, we should be in good shape. And I immediately don't handle it up fine by getting stuck behind a net and allowing whoever that car is, it's a white car. It's probably Keselowski now I look at it. And it is Keselowski. And he's at least going to get stuck behind a net for a split second. Unfortunately, not as long as I would have liked for him to get stuck back there. So let's see if we can get around Landon Castle. Had to lift off the gas there. Continue to lift off. This time I'm going to have to swing to the bottom because I know the AI are going to go high. And here comes Keselowski in the traffic. Of course I get screwed in the traffic. But I made a good move, make a good move I should say, around the outside of 2 cars. Fantastic piece of driving there, if I do say so myself. And now we're starting to really come through the traffic here. That was a move I really needed to make, and I did it. So that 3 wide pass really set me up well. And cars are coming into the pits once again. That's Tony Stewart and a yellow, so he must have gotten into the wall. That allowed me to pit under the yellow. Alright, 2 cars did not pit under that yellow sequence, Jamie McMurray and Eric Jones. So those guys are the leaders. They are on what I would assume are old tires. Green is out. Let's see if we can get around them. Halfway through the race. Seems like we always get yellows around halfway too. NASCAR Heat, I'm starting to figure out your patterns. And Eric Jones, he was very slow there. And so is Jamie McMurray, thankfully. So we take the lead this time on pace. And he is going to hold up that whole pack. Because again, he's on old tires. So now it's a battle between myself and Keselowski once again. But this time I don't have the advantage of lap traffic. So I think Keselowski will probably pounce and take the lead back very shortly. Unless I can have an absolutely amazing drive here and really pull away here. just never know. Looks like we did get a really good corner through 1 and 2. Can we repeat the process in 3 and 4? Who knows? Right down to the bottom of the track once again. Looks like Keselowski's a little bit faster through that section of the course. Who knows? We'll run right down at the bottom. Best lap so far for us, so that's good. 32.9, right around our qualifying pace. I've just got to keep the car going here. Got to keep her out in front and keep Keselowski behind. Got 30 laps to go this time by, should be. So this race is flying by, and it's certainly helping that we're leading the race and leading it right now on pace and leading it handily. So 30 laps to go. Still in the 32-second bracket. And this is a bad corner here. No bueno. Very bad. Very bad. It's going to allow Keselowski to close in just a little bit. But he didn't close in as much as I thought he would. Thankfully. So run right down to the bottom of the track once again. Take that line away from Keselowski so he doesn't really make up as much as he would if I was running up top. He is still right there, unfortunately. Ooh, 1 and 2 is really starting to become a struggle there for my car. Keeps washing up the track a little bit. Can't take it as fast as I was able to earlier in the race or even earlier in the stint. Right down to the bottom. Keselowski once again got a really good run into the corner, but not a particularly good exit. So he's going to continue to hound me from behind. 28 laps to go, so we should only need one more pit stop, assuming everything goes to plan here, because we can make 20 laps on the fuel. We got 15 in the tank right now, so should easily be a fight to the finish. Here comes Keselowski. He's got that draft. Straight line speed advantage of that Penske Ford. Oh, good God. And we at least got a yellow, but that has really thrown a monkey wrench into things. Well, now we're really going to need some help. We're 29th here. Don't know what the fuel's going to be like. I don't know if we got enough laps under the yellow to constitute that. Okay, so I've got 20 laps in the tank here, and we've got 23 laps to go. I haven't run a full fuel stint yet, and I don't know if we'll have the fuel mileage we had at Charlotte. And even if we do, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to win the race because of what happened at Charlotte, where we had a little bit of BS going on with the yellow right before the end of the race. But here we go around the outside. At least the car is really good. And I had to get in the wall there. Had to keep it in the wall because I was going to get spun out otherwise. I almost got spun out because the car just kept deciding, I want to go to the bottom. And I'm like, no, you don't want to go to the bottom. That's where the cars are. That's where they're going to get spun out. But the car rarely listens to me, unfortunately. Oh boy, this is... Wow, alright. What a move. What a move. Now we'll get around Jimmy the Juggernaut, who brought out the first yellow of the day. Ryan Ellis is running up here. Man, this is a wacky race for sure. And we should be able to get around him, so we're already up into the top 10 once again. Despite the fact that we will probably have to make a splash and dash here at the end of the race. But everybody else is, so it's not a huge deal. But in a perfect world, we'd really want this the splash and go at the end of the race to come under green. We want this race to finish under the green flag, because if it doesn't, we're in big trouble. So 20 laps to go, 17 on the field. So we're not making the mileage we were at Charlotte. We're 3 laps short, and it seems like we're going to stay 3 laps short. So I almost feel like it's better if I come in when the leaders come in. Logic being that the leaders are going to need, everybody's going to need to make one more stop anyway, so nobody's really going to make it to the end of the race, at least from the point that we, you know, came into the pits. The only thing where we could get hurt is a yellow, and I just spun out Martin Truex. Don't know if that's going to bring out a yellow. It may, and this may really shake things up. And no caution. Biggest surprise ever in a NASCAR heat race. I'm so sorry, Martin Truex. You didn't deserve that. I didn't even mean to spin him out. I just kind of drove into the corner, and around goes Truex. But whatever. Keselowski's still leading this thing by a country mile. And we're now chasing down, it looks like Casey Kane. But all these guys are going to have to come into the pits. So your guess is as good as mine about how this is going to turn out. We have 14 laps left on the fuel. And there's 17 to go. So still, well, yeah, 14, 17. Okay, yeah. Still the 3-lap deficit between my fuel tank and the laps remaining. So nothing helping there particularly. But again, we're going for a top 10 here, really. We've already made the Visine money. And if we're in the top 10, we'll have a top 15. So all the money will be ours if we get a top 10 here. We can continue to upgrade the car and hopefully have a faster car for Season 2 at the Daytona 500. So let's see. They are 3 wide for third place there. That's a bit odd. But they made it through. We're actually catching Casey Kane just a little bit. I don't know when these guys are going to have to pit either. We're on much fresher tires and have more fuel on board than they do. But it really wasn't that big of a gap between the point that Keselowski spun me out and the point that we had taken the restart and thus also pitted. So I don't know what the strategy is going to be like here. Maybe we can... Yeah, we're catching Kane because his name tag is coming up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we've got Kenseth looking a bit feisty there down to the inside. Yeah, we're definitely catching Kane, but can we actually pass the guy? That's the thing. Car's already in the pits. I'm noticing some cars in the pit lane, so the pit sequence begins. And the race begins to get decided of what's going to actually happen here. Because pit strategy is going to be the name of the game, as I almost got spun out by Kenseth as he gets a big run here and may get around me, which he does. Ooh, that was close between the two of us. So it's a battle with Matt Kenseth. Can I pass him around the outside? No. Not going to happen there. Kenseth going to get around for 7th. 13 laps to go, so I should have 10 laps of fuel left in the tank. Bounce off his rear bumper there. You know what? I am actually going to stay out, because if the yellow does happen to come out before 3 laps to go, I will have had the field lapped. So even if I pit, I will have track position and a lap and maybe a half on the field. So when I come in, all that will happen is they will get unlapped, and I will actually may be able to win the race on a restart if I get a restart of my life. And hopefully Brad Keselowski will have had some sort of an issue, maybe in the pits, maybe coming out of the pits, where he'll get held up a little bit. In fact, he's getting held up now. He got held up by lap traffic, and he just lost the lead to Kyle Busch, I believe. He's going very slow on the bottom of the track, and here come pretty much everybody into the pits except for Kenseth. So now it's going to be a battle between myself and Matt Kenseth for the lead. I would imagine Kenseth will be in the pits the next time by. I don't think he's on my pit strategy, and if he is, that may be a bit concerning. But yeah, we're at 10 laps to go now, or should be coming up to 10 laps to go this time by, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be another one of those races that's going to come down to the wire. And it's going to come down to my pit crew as well. Kansas still continues to stay out. Alright. Alright. Now it's time to hit the panic button a little bit here. I know what strategy he's on. But whatever strategy it is, it may be better than mine. Well, shoot, Kansas could win this thing on pace and fuel strategy, and that would be a little bit annoying. But I'm going to run this car until it's out of fuel on this stint. Now he is playing the role of the lapper, and I've got to be the guy who laps the car second, which is always a little bit harder to do, because a lap car, once it gets lapped, is going to be a little less cordial because you're not the leader. So let's see if we... Okay, Michael Annette's going to run low there, hopefully. Hold your line, Michael. Hold your line, David, I should say, because I barely held my line there. And Kenseth is getting held up massively by Regan Smith. I tried to power through and get good positioning there, but I was unable to do so. So Smith is now the next car we're going to have to pass. In fact, I got such a terrible corner that I lost out to Kenseth, despite the fact that he was in lap traffic. So around the outside of Regan Smith, and I just do not know if Matt Kenseth is going to come into the pits. 5 laps on the fuel. So now we have saved up to 2 laps to go. So I mean, the longer we stay out, it feels like almost we're saving fuel. I mean, maybe I should have started saving fuel at the beginning of the stint, and not really worried about racing other people. But whatever. 7 to go now at the line. So now 4 laps to go. So we really haven't saved any fuel. And I absolutely am not going to take tires with 3 laps to go. So you may have seen the 39% there. Just going to have to deal with that. It's not a lot I can do about that. Just going to need to be a splash of fuel and get back out onto the track. So as we lap cars, there's somebody behind. It's Jimmy Johnson. He's several laps down, I believe, so we don't have to worry about him too terribly much. Boy, right around the outside of the track, the front right tire is definitely struggling here. And now Kenseth is coming in. So Kenseth is coming in now. And Jimmy is racing for position. So I have to race Jimmy, but Jimmy's coming in, so... And a yellow! Oh, that was exactly what I needed there. That was exactly what I needed. For some reason it says I'm a lap down, but that's not true, because I just took the lead. Well, it means I have to pit, but now we're going to get the shootout. We are going to get the shootout. Alright, despite the fact that I went with 2 tires and a half can of fuel, I still lost 10 positions on the what this will be the restart here. So whatever, we're back to the green. We're going to have to be 10th for the money. So we'll see if my aggressive pit strategy will pay off here as Danica goes around the outside. My aggressive driving is not paying off. Oh, no, 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 no. Of course. Of course. Of course. And this is terrible because, of course, I don't get any of the money either for any of my achievements for this this race.
Here you go.
Well, 2 laps. Should have just stuck 4 tires on it. Whatever. That's very annoying. Now we're coming up to the last lap of a race I should have won. So this is what it's like. I mean, this game does a really good job of reminding you what it's like to be a NASCAR driver. Get screwed by competition cautions and screwed by cautions at the end of the race when you're having a really good day, and then you get wrecked on the restart and they don't throw a yellow for you, so you can catch up. So somebody who didn't deserve it won the race, and we're going to finish 24th. Very annoying, very annoying. Let's try to do a blowover the finish line. I can't even do that right. So 24th place, last car on the lead lap. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Chase Elliott won. Sorry to all the Chase Elliott fans that said that he didn't deserve the race win. Whatever. Let's take a look at the money. At least we got some laps led. Whatever. Got CJ Energy Services money, and 20 grand from Visine. So at least we earned that money. 61 grand. Point standings probably going to be terrible. Probably not going to be in 30th place, or probably not going to be back to 30th after making my way all the way up to 29th in the points. We're back to 30th. Wonderful. So the next race is going to be Talladega, which is of course an elimination race and a plate race. That'll go well. So I hope to see you there. This has been David Land on YouTube. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more NASCAR Heat Evolution. So until next time, guys, this has been David Land on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next video.